Hey everyone, welcome back to Raven Invest. Hope everybody's having a great start to your week. I just wanted to hop on and hopefully do a quick video here for you. I know the last couple videos have hit the 30-minute mark, and I appreciate everybody watching them. We've had a couple new subscribers, so welcome to the channel. And today I wanted to go through just quickly my new kind of approach for COMC. As I'm studying, as I'm learning things, as I'm seeing the market change, I didn't anticipate as much activity in the off season as for the selling, as for prices of cards going up as much as they did, and I was definitely not prepared for that, and I feel I missed some opportunities. So, you know, bad me, lesson learned. We changed that approach. So the reason I didn't put everything for sale, as to be honest with you, I was a fear that I was gonna not make enough money on it. What do I price it at? If I price it to hit it in the top 5 of the cards on the site, I may not make too much money on it. If I bury it, I'm gonna make more money. Is that card, am I going to be able to get through 24, 25 cards to be able to make that kind of thing? So that was my concern. That's really why I was waiting for right before the beginning of the season when the hype monster's out there. And that's when my plan was to sell cards. The problem was I didn't want to keep putting money in. I wanted to start playing with some house money, right? So that means I got to sell cards. And I kind of missed the opportunity, right? Because if you see my other videos, I'm really in the low entry. You know, I'm only putting in money that is extra to me, that doesn't involve any of my family money, kind of thing. So this way I can do what I want with it. I don't need to pull it out. I can keep it in and reinvesting and keep that, that compound interest kind of model going. But the problem is I can't do that until I sell some cards. And I had very little cards for sale. Really the only thing I had for sale is stuff that I didn't want to keep for July and August, that I kind of bought early and then decided that maybe I should move on to something else. So as you saw in the last video, I went through and I reset all the prices. I set all the not reset them, but I set all the prices for my 300 and what is it, I just for 407 cards or 400 cards or whatever it was. I went in and priced. As I said, I had a fear that I was not going to make enough money off it if I sold it too early, and I was afraid that if I didn't make enough, or if I didn't sell it, I would have missed out an opportunity to make some money. So what do you do here? So what I did was I came up with an idea where I'm going to list all the cards. I was not a huge believer in just throwing a price on it and leaving it for 6 months. For me, I can't do that because I don't have the constant, I'm not just keep putting money into it. I need to start playing with some of the money, so I need to start selling some cards. So I was trying to monitor them all the time, and I was trying to, that's why I was spending so much time on COMC, because I was monitoring different cards, and I built a tool to pull in. But once I expanded past the base Dawn Rust, then my tool didn't become as effective, and it was taking more time to check on the prisms, check on the optics, check on the selects, things like that. And I started to build a tool, but then I realized it's going to be a couple of months before I can implement it the way that I want it, and I don't want to have something that doesn't work for me now. So I'm continuing to work on it. Problem is I want something now. I want a better strategy now. So as I said, I went in and priced out all my cards for sale, and the number that I chose was 255. And what do you mean 255? Well, 255% more than what I purchased the card is what I'm selling it for. So for example, a 10-cent card I sell for 25 cents. Or 25 and a half. When it gets down to the cents, you're not going to see it for 25 and a half cents. But I chose that number, one, because that's a pretty good return, 250% it'll end up being return. I threw the extra 5% in for the COMC to cover a good chunk of the COMC fee. So I buy a card, I relist it for 255. 255% more than what I bought it for. At 255, I have a little wriggle room where I can adjust, lower the price of the card to maneuver around the list, maneuver around my position in the list, and it still allows me to make a little bit of profit. So on the buying end, what I thought, well, if I'm going to guarantee this is what I'm going to sell it at, and I want to be on the first page, I should only be buying for prices that put me on the first page if I'm going to sell it for 255%. So, to show you a quick example, if you're not lost already, so for example, it can be done for any player. It's not like I'm not trying to sell Devin Duvernay to everybody here. Never try to sell anybody. I tell you what I'm buying and how I'm buying it. But you guys, everybody's got to make their own choice. It's your money. You invest on who you think makes sense in your head. I'll invest. But that doesn't mean that we can share techniques, share ideas, share strategies, things like that. So we look at Devin Duvernay. So for me to get a price one of his cards on the first page, I'm going to have to get to 44 cents. Right? Because if I put it at 45, most likely they're going to be put behind those guys. So if I know that I need to sell this card for 44 cents, what do I buy it for? Well, since I'm using a set number of 255, I can just simply pop up my calculator, type in 44 cents divided by 2.55 and 17 cents. So then that tells me to be able to get my 255 out of the card, I need to buy it at 17 cents, and that'll keep it on the first 12 of the listings. Now, you really, really, really want to have a hard look at the number of sales, just simply because 12 back for some cards may be an eternity before you sell it. So you keep that in mind. And again, this is not about a specific player. It's just about a strategy on what I'm paying for my cards and what I'm selling them for. And this way, I figure if I have a set number, I can just, it's automatic. I look at a card, okay, what's the top card in the page? What do I need to get it listed on the first page? That's what I buy it for. Okay. Now, I know a lot of, and I do comps, and I do look at other sites to see prices and things like that. But really, I find these sites are like their own entities, right? Because this guy selling it on COMC is not going to change a guy on eBay selling it, right? And a guy on eBay selling it for $1 is not going to change the guy selling it for 20 cents, because if he takes his card and changes it to $1, somebody else now moves on down on the list, right? So I don't, and I mean, maybe as it gets bigger cards, the eBay influence maybe has, but I haven't seen the eBay influence on the cards that I'm buying anyway. So I figured let's just pinpoint the strategy on buying and selling cards on COMC. If it's selling for $50 on eBay and selling for 20 cents here, I can't sell it if I sell it for $50, it's going to take a year to get through the point is I'm trying to concentrate on COMC, and I do comps on some cards, but I found that comping some of these cards is just impossible, so I'm not even going to try. So if we look again at another quick example here, so we'll go to the Henry Ruggs there I bought the other day. This one's a PC thing, and I did this with Jalen Reagor. The difference with the Jalen Reagor one is that there's only 4 cards. So I kind of priced it out there maybe a little bit differently. but that's only because there's only 4 cards, so I can ask, ask a little bit more, a little bit less, and it's not gonna. I'm not worried about the position on this card as much. Sorry, there. I'm gonna have a quick drink. Talking too much. Okay, so we look at another quick example here. Henry Ruggs. Again, I'm not trying to sell you on Henry Ruggs. I'm just trying to tell you the kind of concept that I'm looking at for now, buying and selling my cards on COMC. So first thing I do is I come down and I look. Okay, what price gets me on the first? So we're looking 74 cents. So now I come again, my calculator, type in 74 cents divided by 2.55. So 29 cents. So I need to, anything 29 cents and below, I can buy the card and then automatically relist it for 255% more, and it'll still be on the first page. I don't know how familiar you guys. I noticed something's weird on COMC here, and I'm gonna send them an email about it. And I was gonna do a separate video. Supposedly these are supposed to be individual scans of cards. There was a Lamar Jackson, and I'll include it in the video, that it showed the same serial number for all pictures of the card. Now you're running into this here. Like, what's this yellow flame? Like, how is that yellow flame looking thing on almost every? Is it on every? It's on every Henry Ruggs. Do we go 4 pages back? Yeah. Like, I honestly thought these were supposed to be individual scans, but yet every card has that flaw. So I'm gonna rate COMC. I've written them a couple emails, and they've got back on one, and the other one it's been about a week and a half, and they haven't responded to me. I understand they're probably swamped and crazy busy, but like, if I'm relying on these scans, whether I'm buying a card or not, maybe it's only they see that it's all the same condition. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to do a separate video on that and show a few examples where it just looked a little wonky to me. Like, these are supposed to be individually pictured cards. Anyway, so you can see the concept, and I've started to apply it with everything that I bought. So I may have picked up that Henry Ruggs for 50 cents, 2 weeks ago, thinking, oh, okay, that's not a terrible price for that. It's a little bit high, but anyway, my point is now I'm not picking it up because I've got my new formula, and that's what I'm going to kind of follow. So, we'll see how it works. At very worst, it's going to make sure that my cards are available when the spikes come up and down. Because, everybody that I saw predicted that it was going to be buy-off season, sell at the beginning of the season, it's going to follow the cycle. But it's not seeming to follow that cycle. And maybe it's because, football cards are getting into their prime now, where, basketball and everything else was exploding. Maybe now the football cards in September, they're going to explode. We don't know. So I figured this strategy is going to give me the best of both worlds. I can still make some profit on a card no matter what the amount of the profit is, that 255% and 250% minus the fee. If I can make that on every card that I buy and sell, I will be happy. My fear is, the whole thing with how many people sold Pat Mahomes when he, bought him for $10, sold him for $25. People are, missed out, and they feel like they could have sold for more money. So I figured that's why I chose that 255, because that gives me peace of mind that I'm not selling too early. I'm still making enough percentage on it that I can be happy with. So leave a comment there. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you guys approach COMC if you use COMC. I'm interested in, Everybody makes their own choices. Everybody's spending their own money. So, I would never tell anybody to buy a card with their own money. You decide who you want to buy, but I find it beneficial to share strategy, to see other people's points of view, and that's really all I'm providing. My point of view, what I'm doing, what I'm buying. If you want to buy the same thing, then awesome. If you don't, like the players that I'm buying, then so be it. But I also want to be able to share my strategies and my thoughts on selling, because I think selling is a big aspect and that people do not cover a lot. Yeah, sure, they'll show the sales that they've made, but not how they listed them, where they listed them. Did they consider the spot that they listed in? Was the price a preset price? Was it a price that they just got in their head? Or, they, because I've seen people buy cards off me, and then I click on the link to see where they're at, and they've bumped it up like 15 times the price. So I don't know the strategy, but maybe that's just sit until it sells. It'll eventually sell down the line, I guess, and sit until it sells. I don't know. It doesn't make sense in my head, kind of thing. So I figured this. I want to be on that first page, so this is the best strategy I can employ. So if you guys like the video, please make sure to hit that like. Show some love to YouTube for our channel here. And if you haven't subscribed, what you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe. We got lots of fun content on here. Thank you everybody for tuning in there, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. And everyone stay safe until next time. Thanks.